Alright, here's my 87 fc3s Turbo 2. Crank no start. I'm just gonna give you a brief representation of the cranking. I think at this point I've cranked it for so long yesterday that battery voltage is a little low. Yesterday it was making a little bit more of a compression noise. Anyway, I guess I'll start in the front left and work my way up. So I got the car non running. Mass airflow I've plugged in. Radiator tube's kind of pushing up against it. There might be a bad connection in there. I'm not sure if that's common. Everything was disconnected, so I've reconnected everything to the best of my knowledge, but I deleted anything that's not connected, or I just couldn't find what wasn't connected. So I guess I'm just going to do a scan and grab all the wires. The map sensor I have routed to here. I think that's the map sensor. Yeah, it says pressure sensor. The blow-off valve, or bypass valve, whatever you want to call it, is routed to here. I have all this connected regularly. I blocked off these on the intercooler. Give me 1 second. I left these loose for this video. I can pull this apart. And yeah, you can just take a quick view through here. I have these wires here that are disconnected. I don't have, there's like this thing here goes to, there was like a tube coming up from way down by the transmission. I just connected this and that together. I wasn't sure what the tube coming up down the back of the block was. There's this thing down here. It had some glue on it. It goes to the lower connector. There's a longer connector. You can see it's right here underneath the throttle body cables. There's these two connectors that I might have them mixed up. I think this is the idle air control valve. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what this thing's function is. It's kind of funny looking. But I have it connected to the shortest connector because it seemed logical. This probably went to something I deleted that was around this other area here. I have this thing. I don't know what it is, but there was one on the other side. I took it off because I didn't see this one. Some people said that it was for keeping the car from stalling out, so I left it in case that's what it was for. This is hooked up here. I might have my temp sensor hooked up backwards. This is the knock sensor, I believe. I'm not sure why it has this plug. It must have been broken at some point. As for this temperature sensor here, I haven't been able to find this wire anywhere. But I did find this weird, ugly, this doesn't look factory at all, so I think this is that, maybe? Not too sure. All these side ports on the throttle body here, those go to there's like oil squirter things underneath the intake manifold. Each one of those has its own little system here on the throttle body. Then there was like I think there was like a PCV thing back here. It was like in the middle, all the way down on the bottom. I connected that to the throttle body. Don't know what it went to. It was way deep down there. When I got the car, the return and feed lines were bound together. I'm not too sure why, but since then I've removed that and replaced the lines from here to the rail. Here's this cluster of, I don't even know what these like were, all attached to little solenoid things. There's like a cluster of bullshit. Or, pardon me, excuse my language. Yeah, I just have those hidden there. There seem to be some PCV hoses that I've yet. There's a hose there. You can see the very tip of my fingernail, a brass fitting. And then there's a hose on the end of this thing here. It seemed to be some sort of PCV system, and I didn't like how it was. Everything was hooked up wrong, I'm pretty sure. I don't have this thing hooked up. on the bottom of this. I'm not too sure what that is. It seemed emissions based, but I could be wrong. It could be idle. I'm not too sure. The throttle body's weird. I have these two things disconnected. There's a wire here that's disconnected. That's what its plug looks like. It's kind of a green color. There's two tubes right here by my finger. I don't have the cap for this. If you have a cap for this, let me know. I'll buy it. What else is unplugged? I'm trying to keep this video as short as possible. There's a plug down here underneath the master cylinder that's busted. Ooh, a pair of snap-on cutters. What do you know? That's where those went. I deleted the smog pump, and then I did the whatever Atkinson rotary told me to do. And then I have this thing here as a result from no smog pump, I think. I can't quite remember, it's been a while. Here's all that down here. Get shoots now. I don't know what that is. There's a yellow plump here. Come on. I was told that it was for jumping the fuel pump or something. I don't see anything else that looks significant enough. The only possibility was to have lines switched around, but everything had fuel when I took injectors off. And when I turned this thing on the first time, every single injector sprayed gas everywhere, so they were all getting pressure. But yeah, I think that's everything. It looks like, I don't know, maybe there's a plug on the back of this thing here. That looks like it's all properly ran. Oh, no, it's not. Look, there's the tube for it. Is that the tube for that? What is going on there? It looks like there's a tube underneath this, right there. And a tube going to that. So I must be missing out on something here, huh? I'm not too sure. I'm gonna try and connect it. I'm not too sure where I would connect it to. Well, that's headway. That's a vacuum leak. That could be why it's not starting. Oh, there's the fuel filter way down there.